Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Christina. Thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. We got a lot on the table tonight, so give us a call. You better get on the line right now, 412-575-2600. Paul Zeise is sitting right next to me, and we're going to be talking about Antonio Brown. The Antonio Brown saga continues. We thought it was over last night. I was at home in bed after I got off work, after the Penguins game. You get all this news. He's traded to Buffalo. Ian Rappaport says it's basically a done deal. It's going to happen soon. Well, you wake up in the morning, and it doesn't happen. The Bills sent out a tweet with a statement saying, hey, they contacted the Steelers on Tuesday. The deal fell through. So someone messed up here, and it looks like Ian Rappaport. And you would think, Paul, Ian Rappaport works for the NFL. You would think he'd have reliable sources with the NFL. This is the NFL. It's not like he's another reporter. So when the other reporters started to refute it and say it's unlikely, and then you started to wonder, like, what is going on here?
Well, again, Ian Rappaport has had some issues, right?
Yeah.
I think the last time someone declared done deal, wasn't Tom Bradley going to be the Pitt coach or something?
Yeah.
But, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when and where. And I think the biggest thing is, it's pretty clear that he's hurt his own market, that teams are, a little bit nervous about some of the stuff that he's doing and some of the stuff that he's saying. It would have been kind of funny if he went to Buffalo, because that would seem to be like the exact opposite of the kind of team that you would think he would want to go play for. But I expect it to be done by tomorrow, right? I mean,
yeah.
There's, when you have Antonio Brown talking about it, that tells you, on his Instagram and stuff, that tells you he probably is now to the point where he feels like, they have a deal and they know where they're going and stuff.
Yeah, and you could hear when he did that Instagram video, we ran it on the news at 6. We're going to run it coming up tonight at 11 on KDKA News. I also have a picture from his Instagram of the Rosenhaus brothers sitting at a table with a calculator, working over numbers. When was the last time you used a calculator, by the way? But must be working on something.
Big chest.
But you heard some of Brown's friends in the background saying the Raiders, you look good in the black and gray. So, that leads me to believe that there's a deal being worked out with the Raiders, and that was the feeling I got when I was at the Combine anyways. So what is it for? But you know who's been all over this, or your partners over at the Post-Gazette? Jerry Dulac and Ed Bouchette have been all over this, and those are the guys that you want to follow on something like this.
Yeah,
and Jerry just tweeted a few hours ago about, hey, they're close to a deal with someone.
Right, but he said there's 3 teams still involved.
Yeah.
So to me, that tells me that maybe the Steelers told him, hey, or whoever his source is, the Steelers told his source, listen, we're close to a deal, but we want to make sure that it happens. So let's keep it out there that there's competition for this guy.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like they're working on a deal for somebody. I think was it John Clayton? I think it was John Clayton was on with Pony, with Andrew Filipponi, and I think he said he's kind of hearing it's probably going to be more in the range of a 3rd rounder.
Yeah, and they want. I mean, Colbert said it to everyone that he talked to. I did an interview with them, but he said that they want significant return. They've maintained that. So if a significant return to me, I don't know what that is in your eyes, is a 1st rounder or a second this year and a second next year, something multiple picks or a 1st rounder from what I was told. So multiple picks would be a 2nd and a 3rd, or a 2nd this year.
How about if you've got
year.
like somebody that's got like the 12th pick or the 13th pick or whatever? What are the Steelers? 20th?
They're 20.
Move up. How about we swap picks and you give us Antonio Brown? Would you do that?
If that's your best deal right now, I would take
where
it.
were the Bills?
I'd be able to
ninth?
move up and grab.
Where were the
The
Bills?
Bills were ninth.
Okay,
so you could grab DK Metcalf there if you want.
Well, what I'm saying is, okay, what if the deal was we'll flip flop? We'll take your 20th. You take our 9th, and we'll take Antonio Brown.
I would try to get a 3rd or something, a middle pick. You at least have to try. Would you do it?
I would do it.
Would you do it for a 3rd rounder?
I think I've been on the record as saying
I know you do it for nothing.
I do it for a 6-pack.
Realistically,
and it doesn't even need to be cold.
Realistically, would you do it for a 3rd round?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to believe you just like I believe Kevin Colbert. All right, we're going to take a break. Back with some of your phone calls and some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there.
The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.